Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me for today's talk. There's an urgent situation unfolding in America, and today I'll unveil all the unnerving details. So let's get started with a critical question. Where were you on March 9th, 2022, when President Biden signed the death warrant on American freedom? On that day, in a hush ceremony at the White House, without the approval of Congress, the states, or the American people, Biden signed into law Executive Order 14067. Buried in this order are a few paragraphs titled Section 4. The language in Section 4 makes Order 14067 the most treacherous act by a sitting president in the history of our republic, because Section 4 sets the stage for legal government surveillance of all U.S. citizens, total control over your bank accounts and purchases, and the ability to silence all dissenting voices for good. In this new war on freedom, the Dems aren't coming for your guns. No, they're thinking much bigger than that. They're coming for your money. And it's already started. My name is Jim Rickards. I'm a former advisor to the Pentagon, the White House, Congress, the CIA, and the Department of Defense. I'm also an attorney, investment banker, and author of 7 books on currencies and international economics. When places like Fox, CNBC, or Bloomberg want to know what's about to shake up the global economy, they call me. Most of all, like you, I'm a proud American patriot. The disturbing predictions you're about to see are based on my independent research and my contacts in the intelligence community. I've never made this kind of public announcement before, but it's my duty to pull the alarm. This is what I believe Section 4 of Biden's order means for all Americans. The US dollar will be made obsolete. Soon your cash will be confiscated or will simply be worthless paper. The cash currency we have now will be replaced with a new programmable digital token. But the truth is, few outside the deep state recognize Biden's move for what it really is. If my predictions are correct, this is so much more sinister than simply replacing the cash dollar with a new digitized version. Friend, this new currency will allow for total control of all American citizens, because every digital dollar will be programmed by the government. That means they will be able to turn on or off your money at will. Not only that, but they'll be able to track and record every purchase you make. This is very different than online banking, and it has nothing to do with crypto. I'll explain everything in a moment. But what you need to know now is AOC has already publicly declared her support for government-controlled spyware currency. The digital dollar means Dems would be able to punish any contribution, purchase, or even social media comment that they don't like. And this isn't something years away. It's starting now. Biden's secret army has been hard at work, and U.S. trials are already well underway. In fact, our government is racing to catch up. China and Russia have already launched pilot programs for their own digital currencies. More than half the countries in the world and almost 90% of central banks are testing or exploring a digital currency right now. In my opinion, it's not a question of will the U.S. implement a digital dollar? It's just a question of when. And the answer to that is it's already happening. Under Project Lithium and Project Hamilton, the new spyware currency has been quietly tested for several years. There's no stopping it. I predict we'll see a digital dollar hit circulation next year or 2024 at the latest. But I do have some good news for you. It's almost too late, but you can still protect your assets and your freedom if you know exactly what to do. In the next 84 seconds, I'm going to show you everything. You'll see the ugly proof of their plan. You'll see what this could mean for you and your life savings. I'm also going to show you the only way I trust to protect your money and your freedom from Biden's new surveillance machine. I call it Asset Emancipation, and it's easy to do and understand. If you choose to take advantage of it, Asset Emancipation is a way to legally secure and even grow your wealth while hiding it safely away from Democrats' surveillance and control. It's a loophole designed to outsmart a new spyware currency while potentially increasing your personal wealth. But you must know exactly how to do it. And that's what I'm going to show you today. I must warn you, some of this will be difficult to watch, but if you care about your money and your freedom, please do not turn away. Thanks to what you'll witness here, you're about to be much more prepared for the coming storm than your neighbors. And that's a very powerful position to be in. Imagine if you were German in 1923 and able to somehow avoid the 29,500% hyperinflation that made their money worthless. Or if you could have opted out of Roosevelt's confiscation of all private gold in 1933. That's the power of asset emancipation. And I'll show you everything right now. Thanks to Section 4 of Biden's Order 14067, ordering urgent research into developing the digital dollar, I believe the US dollar, the standard of the world since 1792, will be replaced by a new currency, the digital dollar. These new electronic currencies are called CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies. I call the digital dollar Biden bucks because I want him to take full credit for what I consider to be crimes. This is not like the money in your online bank account. No, this is new and different. Every digital dollar will be a programmable token like Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. But there's a big difference. Cryptocurrencies are decentralized digital currencies. Instead, if it plays out the way I see it, Biden bucks will have the full backing of the US Federal Reserve. They will replace the cash, so-called fiat dollar that we have now, and will soon be the sole mandatory currency of the United States. When Biden bucks are rolled out, many experts, myself included, believe they will begin an era of total government control and surveillance. This is not hyperbole. This would dramatically expand the power and influence of the federal government, essentially acting as a new type of spyware. With Biden bucks, the government will be able to force you to comply with its agenda, because if you don't, they could turn off your money. This won't be like freezing a bank account. It will be much easier, because Biden bucks will be digital tokens programmed at the source. They could be turned on or off at will with just a keystroke, and they could be reprogrammed at any time. With Biden's secret surveillance army running the show, the anti-freedom implications are almost limitless. For example, Biden bucks could be programmed to allow only certain kinds of purchases. Imagine what this new world would look like. You want to keep your internal combustion engine car? Your digital dollars suddenly won't pay for gas. Instead, you can be forced to buy an electric vehicle. And that's just the tip of the fascist iceberg. They can force you to get vaccinated. They can force you into solar. They can force you to use less water or heat. They can force you to eat fake plant-based meat. They can control where you're allowed to travel. They can stop you from purchasing certain items like guns, ammo, or survival supplies. They can control to which candidates you're allowed to donate. And they'll know every single place you ever spend money, forever. America would become a surveillance state like China or North Korea. Every single aspect of your life could be controlled because they'll control your money. In fact, I fully expect them to implement a social credit rating like China. Say the wrong thing on social media, buy the wrong thing, subscribe to the wrong news channel, give money to the wrong candidate, and your rating drops. Suddenly, your Biden bucks are frozen or disappearing from your account. This is already happening in China. There, a low social score gets you officially labeled untrustworthy. They can take away your ability to travel, restrict your internet access, deny your family the best schools or jobs. They may even take away your pets. I'm not kidding. All this is going on today because that's China, an oppressive communist country. Could this really happen in a democracy? Just ask the truckers in Canada, because that's exactly what happened to them. Their Prime Minister Trudeau was granted special emergency powers during the peaceful trucker protests over his forced vaccination law. He then ordered all the banks to freeze the accounts of the protesters and anyone who aided them in any way. And it wasn't just a threat. That fascist froze the bank accounts of non-violent protesters. He locked up over $6 million in private accounts for protesting a forced vaccination law the truckers believe violated their sovereign human rights. Think about that. They protested his policies, so he took away their money. Think our government would love to do that? Me too. Under Biden bucks, we'll lose many of our God-given American rights. They'll be replaced by total government surveillance and control. For almost all Americans, this will be the death of freedom forever. Almost all Americans, but not you. You won't be a victim. You can beat Biden's surveillance army at its own game. The key is what I call asset emancipation. Asset emancipation was created to help you maintain and even grow your personal wealth, regardless of what happens to the cash dollar. Even better, it's designed to legally hide your assets away from government surveillance and allow you to potentially profit from the turmoil. For the record, asset emancipation has nothing to do with giving up your passport or fleeing the country. It has nothing to do with offshore bank accounts or foreign currency trading, and you won't hear about it from your financial advisor because it's almost certain that he has no clue about this loophole for legally opting out of the Biden bucks surveillance program. I'll reveal everything in a moment, but I want to expose how deep this new conspiracy runs. Programmable currencies will soon replace all the cash currencies on Earth. More than half of countries and almost 90% of central banks are exploring or testing a digital currency right now. This includes Japan, Germany, India, France, the UK, Russia, Australia, Brazil, Canada, and China. In fact, China's new digital currency, the EU yuan, was used for millions of dollars worth of transactions at the Beijing Winter Olympics. The Economist has announced the rise of government-backed digital currencies, warning they will shift power from individuals to the state. Even an institution as conservative as the International Monetary Fund admits these new currencies are the future of money. Make no mistake, no matter the outcome of any future elections, this is happening. The storm is closing in. If my research and predictions are correct, soon there will be no more cash. The dollar we know will be dead and buried, replaced by programmable Biden bucks. The secret surveillance army has been working on this for years. The U.S. Federal Reserve has been quietly partnering with scientists at MIT to develop a digital currency to replace the dollar. They call this initiative Project Hamilton. Then this year, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, the clearinghouse for U.S. stocks, bonds, and other security trades, quietly launched Project Lithium. Project Lithium is testing how a digital dollar will work in the financial markets once the current dollar is dead. Project Lithium is partnering with the Digital Dollar Project, a joint effort started in 2020 between Accenture, U.S. regulators, and tech leaders to create the digital dollar. Then on March 29, 2022, just days after Biden's Order 14067 was signed, Representative Stephen F. Lynch introduced H.R. 7231, the Electronic Currency and Secure Hardware Act. This act, co-sponsored by 4 other Democrats, orders the Secretary of the Treasury to develop a digital dollar. I believe we'll see the first rollout of the new digital dollar, Biden bucks, in 2023 or 2024, and it's right on schedule. You see, about every 40 to 50 years, there's a major disruption in U.S. monetary policy that increases government power at the expense of citizen rights. The Gold Reserve Act of 1934 was the first currency earthquake. In that shocking act of fascism, Democratic President Roosevelt ordered all U.S. citizens to hand in their gold and made gold contraband so U.S. citizens couldn't have it. Yes, privately owning gold was made illegal. The government wanted it all. If you failed to comply, you faced huge fines or were jailed. Interesting how this fascist plot isn't taught in our history classes, isn't it? Then came currency quake number 2, the Gold Standard Act of 1971, when the U.S. abandoned the gold standard for good. What happened then? The dollar got destroyed. Rampant inflation continued, and the power of the Federal Reserve increased dramatically. I predict the death of the dollar is the third and final currency quake, but it will be more dangerous and far-reaching than any that came before. If the U.S. dollar is replaced by Biden bucks spyware, I believe the government will be able to track, control, and limit your spending. Soon there will be no more privacy. Zero. Gone. The government will know your whereabouts and habits at all times because they will know exactly where all your money is spent. This new state surveillance army will be everywhere. In history, I don't know of one example of a government with access to a citizen surveillance system that hasn't used it. Not one. In fact, surveillance is the true driving force behind the new Chinese digital currency. China already uses facial recognition software, mobile phone GPS, and the purchase of plane or train tickets to track their citizens. They use this to detect anti-state activities and to arrest anyone who does not strictly follow the orders of Chairman Xi. Now, can you imagine the Dems having this kind of total government control? In fact, the coronavirus pandemic gave them a playbook for how to control a population. They've been practicing for 2 years. Now, thanks to Biden's Order 14067, I predict the U.S. will soon be a surveillance state like China. On March 26, 2022, Fox News sounded the alarm. Biden Order 14067 is a truly remarkable and deeply troubling development. If a digital dollar were to be created, it would dramatically expand the power and influence of the federal government and the Federal Reserve in ways most Americans won't understand until it's too late to roll it back. With Biden bucks as our mandatory currency, it would be so easy for the government to confiscate assets and freeze accounts at will. In fact, Biden bucks could allow one party to hold onto power forever. Imagine Merrick Garland could say, "We have the voting records. We know if you voted for Trump. And if you did, we're going to disable your bank accounts." Does that sound like a stretch in this day and age? I don't think so either. There's more. Your retirement savings could disappear. They'll do this through the introduction of a negative interest rate. This is not far-fetched. In fact, I believe it's extremely likely. Here's why. It's simple economics. The government doesn't want us holding on to cash. They need us spending, and spending some more to prop up their house of cards economy. So how do you stop people holding on to cash? Step 1, you eliminate cash altogether with the Biden Bucks digital currency. Then step 2, you introduce a negative interest rate on all accounts. After all, you can program a digital currency to do anything at any time. With negative interest rates, if you don't spend your money, it starts shrinking. Think of it this way. How do you slaughter cattle? You need to get them into a cattle chute first, otherwise they'll all run away. Biden Bucks are a digital cattle chute. You cut off access to all other forms of currency. You do away with everything except this programmable, trackable, digital dollar, and then you march us all right to the slaughterhouse. They'll control how and where you spend your money. And if you don't spend it, they'll make it disappear. Friend, all of this is underway right now. I believe we're at the dawn of the total surveillance state. There's no stopping it. There's no escaping it, unless you know how to legally sidestep Biden Bucks and protect your savings and your freedoms. I call it asset emancipation. And that's what I'm going to show you now. I hold a master's degree in international economics and another graduate law degree in taxation. I got my law degree from the University of Pennsylvania School of Law. I worked at the highest levels of Wall Street and international finance for 40 years. I held senior positions at Citibank, Caxton Associates, and the hedge fund Long-Term Capital Management. I've been inside the West Wing of the White House. I helped to negotiate the end of the Iranian crisis for the Reagan administration. The Nixon administration asked me to help craft the petrodollar accord. I've attended strategic sessions in the vaults, secure meeting rooms inside the Pentagon. Here's a photo of me there. This is all I'm allowed to show you on the inside. In fact, I hosted the first ever financial war games for the Pentagon. I've been asked to the CIA director's secure conference room on the 7th floor of Langley headquarters. I've been inside the U.S. Treasury and spoke privately with Treasury Secretary Tim Geithner. I've been invited into the Federal Reserve and had conversations with Ben Bernanke. Here's a snapshot of our discussion. I really don't like to brag, but my experience and connections give me unique insight into the coming storm. And when it comes to showing you how to protect your wealth and freedom, you want someone with my credentials. Don't trust anyone with less. And I have some good news today. You can still protect yourself, your family, and your wealth, just like I have. But there's one thing. You must act now. There's almost no time left. They're currently working on Biden Bucks. Look, my eyes are wide open about the problems in America, but I love our country. I refuse to stand back and let the fascists take control, not without a fight. That's why I've created something you won't find anywhere else on earth, a true game plan for sidestepping Biden Bucks, for protecting your savings, for outsmarting Biden's surveillance army, and emerging stronger, safer, and potentially wealthier than before. It's called Asset Emancipation, and it's a financial survival plan for the coming storm. Asset Emancipation allows you to legally hide your money from a Biden Bucks surveillance state. And even better than that, it was designed to help you profit from the turmoil it will bring. My background inside the U.S. intelligence community, investment banks, and global currency markets has shown me how smart investors could profit from the digital dollar disaster. That's exactly what Asset Emancipation was designed to do. Now, of course, you don't have to do this. You can sit back and trust our government if you like. But by watching this full presentation, I know you're a lot smarter than the average Joe. You see that America will soon be transformed into a total surveillance state, and that you could be forced to comply with the Dems' fascist agenda, unless you know exactly how to defeat them. That's why today I'm going to share my full asset emancipation system with you. I feel it's my responsibility as a patriot and sovereign citizen. I've written up the full step-by-step game plan in a new report called The Asset Emancipation System, Securing Your Sovereign Wealth and Freedom. In a moment, I'm going to show you how to claim your copy of the Asset Emancipation System report. Inside, you'll see step-by-step details on how to escape the coming surveillance state, including how to 1. Create an off-the-grid fortune, secure $1.1 million in wealth inside a hollow soda can safe. 2. Save your God-given freedoms, have liquidity and spendable wealth without using Biden Bucks. 3. Grow your personal wealth. You'll get specific investment upsides as events unfold. And 4, ensure you maintain your wealth, regardless of external conditions. And that's just the start of what you'll get. The bottom line is this. I believe having some of your assets secured and off the grid now will mean that you're able to prevent the government control that comes with a digital currency. If that's what you want to do, my Asset Emancipation System was designed for you. Not only that, but everything you'll see is completely legal. It might infuriate Biden, AOC, and the state surveillance army, but there's nothing they can do about these survival loopholes. Your wealth and your freedom will be secure, and you'll be the only one on your block who knows these secrets. Feel free to share them with your most trusted friends and loved ones. They'll be so grateful, and you can relish saving them from the new surveillance state. All you have to do is say, "Yes, Jim," to this special opportunity today, and I'll send you your own personal copy of my new report, The Asset Emancipation System, free. That's right. I'm not asking you to pay one red penny for my new strategy for securing and even growing your personal wealth. I've set aside one free copy for you, and I'll explain exactly how to claim it in a moment. But I want to give you one more thing first. Anyone who has followed my career knows I trust the strength of gold. Gold is the most stable, long-term form of money the world has ever known. Throughout human history, there have been thousands of fiat currencies, or paper money. And as far as I can tell, 100% of fiat currencies have eventually lost all value. But gold? Gold has been accepted as currency across the globe for more than 5,000 years. And when digital currencies radically alter the world banking system, I'd rather put my faith in 5,000 years of human history. Gold has always increased in value over time, and of course, it can't be tracked. That's why I want to send you another free report today. It's called The Perfect Physical Gold Portfolio. Everything you need to know about buying the right kind of physical gold. It's 35 pages long, answering everything you need to know, including, is gold safe to invest in? How much should I invest in precious metals? What kind of precious metals should I buy and in what quantities? What kinds of metals should I avoid? What are the best places to buy gold and other precious metals? And what are the best and safest ways to store them to avoid theft or government confiscation? Because of the imminent replacement of the dollar with a digital currency, and to help you invest in gold before prices potentially skyrocket and it's too late, I've created a way for you to claim a free copy of this report today, so you can have all the information you need to invest in precious metals the right way. That's still not all I have for you. You see, I've learned of another little appreciated asset that's a liquid form of wealth. It can't be tracked or traced. It's completely legal and easy to find if you know where to look. Over time, its value has grown steadily, but very few people know anything about its investment potential. You're about to be one of the few, I believe, who must include this secret asset in any off-the-grid portfolio. I tell you exactly what it is and how to get it in America's secret currency. Get in on the ultimate off-the-grid asset. If you want to keep your wealth hidden away from the government's prying eyes, you'll want to read this report first. But that's still not all I want to send you. I just finished writing one more free report for you, and this could be the most valuable of all. How would you like to profit from Biden bucks, to beat them at their own game? The way I see it, this coming currency quake is going to be a national crisis. But with turmoil comes opportunity. Why not potentially grow your current wealth by investing in the handful of companies positioned to exploit the digital dollar? Right now, there are certain digital payment processing companies who are building out the infrastructure for the new programmable dollar. They're at the right place at exactly the right time. The digital dollar is poised to be a windfall for these firms. And thanks to my global currency expertise, I know exactly who they are. I believe 3 companies in particular are going to generate significant gains over the next 24 months. And if you get in now, you could ride the wave with them. That's why I've written a new report called How to Profit from Chaos: The 3 Companies Building Biden Bucks. In How to Profit from Chaos, I reveal the 3 companies building out the digital dollar infrastructure, and I share my specific investment picks for profiting during this new currency quake, including my personal picks for when to buy in and when to get out. Friend, you could be one of the few who wins during this coming storm. When it hits your inbox, make sure you open your How to Profit from Chaos report right away to be sure you don't miss out. When you get all 4 free reports, 1, the Asset Emancipation System, 2, the Perfect Physical Gold Portfolio, 3, America's Secret Currency, and 4, How to Profit from Chaos, you'll be prepared to create a liquid, legal, off-the-grid $1.1 million portfolio. Shield your purchases and activities from government surveillance. Invest in the 3 companies poised to profit from the digital dollar. Hold the right amount of the right kind of gold. Invest in America's little appreciated, untraceable liquid asset. Potentially increase your personal wealth with specific hard asset holdings. Protect your family's freedoms and be in a position of power compared to others who don't have your knowledge. Fact is, you're about to join an elite group of people who know the truth about this new war on our freedoms and how to make it work to your personal advantage. I predict the forced implementation of Biden bucks will bring a new era of total government surveillance and control. And it's more important than ever that good Americans stand up for what's right. What you've learned today isn't widely known. The media has largely ignored the threat, or they simply don't understand the danger. The American public is being led to the slaughter. But there are some who are prepared. There are a few Americans whose freedoms are secured and who are ready to profit from the turmoil. You see, everything you've seen today was first shared with a small private circle of citizens. Every month I take what I've learned from my contacts and connections in the intelligence and global finance communities, and I write it all up in private issues of a newsletter I call Strategic Intelligence. In Strategic Intelligence, I warn my readers of the coming threats to our economy and our freedoms. In 2008, I predicted the U.S. housing collapse. No one believed me at the time. 3 weeks later, Lehman Brothers went belly up and markets crashed, devastating the retirement savings of millions of Americans. Then, in 2016, when the experts were shocked when I predicted Brexit, the media said it could never happen until I was proved right. Then, despite 99% of polls showing the opposite, I stood outside Trump Tower the night before the 2016 election and declared Donald Trump would be our next president. Then in late 2021, several months before the first shots were fired in Ukraine, I alerted my readers that this war was an almost certainty. It gets bigger. I'm watching a global situation unfold right now that could make all these events seem minor. There's a coming crisis that would bring devastating bank defaults across the world, including here in America. There's more. I'm also hearing early whispers of another military conflict brewing, and this time it's much closer to home. What will this do to the financial markets, your retirement savings, and American global security? Because of my contacts and experience, I have access to certain information that even our own government doesn't know, and I share every detail with my private circle of strategic intelligence readers. But even better than that, I show them how to profit from these events. Of course, nothing is ever guaranteed in the markets, but I've developed a revolutionary way of looking at the financial system and stock markets. It's called complexity theory. It's unlike anything you've seen before. I estimate that less than 10 people in the world know how to apply it. Complexity theory gives me insight on exactly how the dollar's replacement could play out, what stocks might fall, and what assets could rocket up in price. It allows me to warn my strategic intelligence readers well in advance of the coming collapse. I use my expertise to help show them how to build safe investment positions in stocks, bonds, cash, art, land, precious metals, and other hard assets. Today, I want to extend a personal invitation to you. I'd like you to join my private inner circle of strategic intelligence readers. If you say yes, you'll be privy to the similar secrets, predictions, and advice I usually reserve only for the U.S. intelligence community and my private high net worth clients. My goal with strategic intelligence is to help you profit while others flounder. Every month I'll write directly to you, keeping you informed and armed on how the dollar's collapse and replacement is unfolding. I'll warn you about the potential triggers that may set off an economic or social crisis, and I'll use complexity theory to give you specific investment recommendations and wealth protection strategies intended to help you increase your wealth even during the meltdown. My strategic intelligence issues are unlike any other resource on the planet. Only you will be prepared to survive and even thrive in the coming storm. Only you will benefit from insights and advice from 40 years operating at the highest levels of government and financial institutions. Each dossier is easy to read and follow, but I don't pull any punches. Strategic intelligence is for Americans who appreciate the uncensored truth and who want to win while weaker thinkers struggle. I believe you're my kind of person. I believe you're poised to profit during the turmoil to come. And I believe you'll never sit back and abandon your freedoms. So let's do this. Say yes to my invitation. Join my private circle of monthly strategic intelligence readers. I request a small fee to join. It helps cover my time and the expense of mailing each monthly dossier. It's normally $299 a year, which is a bargain for the level of insight you'll gain and the potential profits you'll enjoy. After all, my speaking fee at events is typically $25,000, and my clients don't blink an eye. They know the returns will far outpace that investment. But $299 is not what I'm going to ask you to pay today. The situation is urgent. Biden and the Dems have set their sights on your freedom and your life savings, and I don't want there to be any reason you won't have access to the information you and your family need now. So effective immediately, I'm cutting the regular price by 82%. Today, I'd like to offer you a full year, 12 issues, subscription to my Strategic Intelligence newsletter for just $49. That's an 82% discount. It means for the equivalent of just a few bucks a month, you'll get private insight into threats against our democracy and freedom and wealth-building opportunities most people will never hear about. Plus, I guarantee today's special price will never increase as long as you're a subscriber. Even if I'm forced to raise the price in future, your discounted price is locked in forever. But it gets better, because when you subscribe today, I'll immediately send you the 4 free bonus gifts. Free report number 1, the Asset Emancipation System, securing your sovereign wealth and freedom. Inside this new report, you'll get step-by-step details on how to outsmart Biden bucks and create an off-the-grid fortune. Secure $1.1 million in wealth inside a soda can safe. Save your freedoms. Have liquidity and spendable wealth without using Biden bucks. Grow your personal wealth. You'll get possible investment upside as events unfold. Ensure you maintain your wealth regardless of external conditions. Building your own off-the-grid portfolio now will protect you from the coming surveillance state. Biden bucks testing is underway. The digital dollar could be rolled out soon. Before it's too late, protect yourself and your retirement savings. You'll find everything you need in this free report. And please share it with your trusted friends and loved ones. And you'll also immediately get your free report number 2, the perfect physical gold portfolio. Everything you need to know about buying the right kind of physical gold. 5,000 years of history proves that gold outlasts every other currency. But I believe Biden bucks could cause the price of gold to skyrocket. In your second free report, you'll find everything you need to know about investing in gold before the price blasts through the ceiling, including, is gold safe to invest in? How much should I invest in precious metals? What metals should I buy and what should I avoid? Where are the best places to buy gold and other precious metals? What are the safest ways to store gold to avoid theft or government confiscation? And much more. Plus, I'll also send you free report number 3, America's Secret Currency. Get in on the ultimate off-the-grid asset. Your new report exposes a little appreciated asset that can't be tracked or traced and has increased in value over time. The secret asset should be part of any off-the-grid portfolio. And in America's Secret Currency, I show you everything you need to know. Finally, you'll get free report number 4, How to Profit from Chaos, the 3 companies building Biden bucks. This brand new report reveals the 3 companies currently building the infrastructure for the digital dollar and how you could profit from the Biden bucks currency quake. All 4 reports are my gifts to you, simply for giving my strategic intelligence profit building dossiers a try. And make no mistake, these 4 reports are truly a gift. They're always yours to keep, even if you end up canceling for a full refund. Let me explain. In a moment, you'll have the opportunity to join my private inner circle of strategic intelligence readers. When you do, I'll send you all 4 reports immediately. In fact, you should have them within minutes of subscribing today. Then I'll also start sending you exclusive monthly strategic intelligence dossiers the minute I write them. When they arrive in your mailbox, I encourage you to read them right away because some of the best investment opportunities are time sensitive. But make sure the value far exceeds the subscription fee. Make sure you're enjoying real profits on the little-known investment opportunities I recommend to my private subscribers. Make sure you're protected if the markets in America are rocked by the threats I warn you about in advance every month. And make sure you feel smarter, more secure, and more powerful than you did before you subscribed. Take your time. In fact, I want you to take up to full 6 months of reading your strategic intelligence dossiers. But if during those 6 months you feel that strategic intelligence isn't worth at least 10 times what you paid, I want you to cancel for a full and complete refund. And you keep your 4 free reports no matter what. Let me repeat that. When you subscribe today, you'll immediately receive your 4 reports. 1, the Asset Emancipation System, securing your sovereign wealth and freedom. 2, the perfect physical gold portfolio, everything you need to know about buying the right kind of physical gold. 3, America's Secret Currency, get in on the ultimate off-the-grid asset. 4, how to profit from chaos, the 3 companies building Biden bucks. And you'll also get my private monthly newsletter, Strategic Intelligence, where you'll find my insights using complexity theory on exactly how the dollar's replacement could play out, what stocks might fall, and what assets could rocket up in price, and how to build investment positions in stocks, bonds, cash, art, land, precious metals, and other hard assets while outsmarting the coming Biden bucks and his secret surveillance army, and so much more. Of course, if at any time during the first 6 months you feel strategic intelligence is not worth many times what you paid, just request a full refund and I'll be happy to oblige. Plus, you keep all your issues and all the free gifts, even if you refund. No questions asked, no fine print, just honest, honorable business, the way things used to be done in our country. It doesn't get any fairer than that, does it? I'm taking the risk because it's that important you prepare now to defeat Biden bucks and the new American surveillance state. And speaking of risk, that brings me to one more gift I have for you today. I predict things are about to even get uglier in our country. The new era of total government control will bring unrest in a way we haven't seen in more than 50 years, or maybe ever. When that happens, protecting your money won't be enough. You may need to save your family and property too. That's why I reached out to a colleague and friend, Jason Hansen. Jason is a former CIA operative. He won the CIA Exceptional Performance Award not once, but twice. That's about all I'm allowed to say about his past experience, if you catch my meaning. These days, Jason teaches no-holds-barred defense techniques to celebrities, top business executives, and other high-profile targets. He's a mild-mannered guy, unassuming. You'd like him. But when the stuff hits the fan, Jason is positively lethal. If you're ever in a crisis, you want someone like him on your side. That's why I asked Jason if he would develop a personal survival guide for the storm that's brewing. And what he delivered exceeded all my expectations. Jason created a full survival guide called How to Make Your Home Your Personal Fortress. He held nothing back. In this uncensored guide, you'll discover pro-defense techniques like how to implement the CIA's 4 concentric rings of defense to make your home hell on earth for an intruder, how and why to safely hide a firearm in every level of your house, the simple tool that turns your front door into an impenetrable barrier. Then, do you have this very common door lock? If so, change it immediately. You'll see why in your new report. It's important. Don't believe you can afford your own panic room? Think again. He shows you how to build and equip a devastating defense HQ inside your home for just a few $100. Jason also included the 6 steps to survive a societal level event that lasts weeks or months. He even shows you a secret for sourcing top quality survival food for much less than you're paying now. One of my personal favorite chapters is when Jason reveals covert spy secrets for moving undetected at night. With these secrets, you will confidently walk inner city streets or any other unfamiliar environment. Finally, Jason shares the most important information of all: how to defend your family and property against multiple intruders. This section gets intense, but there's nothing pretty about facing a group of thugs who want to do your family harm. Once someone has entered your home, they've abandoned any expectation of mercy. And with the firefighting techniques Jason shows you here, they'll regret ever crossing your property line immediately. These are still just a few of the spy-level secrets in how to make your home your personal fortress. Under Jason's guidance, you and your loved ones will never be victims. And that's why I'm including the How to Make Your Home Your Personal Fortress report free when you subscribe today. And when you subscribe to Strategic Intelligence, you'll get 12 months, that's 12 issues, of my private strategic intelligence dossiers, plus free report number 1, the Asset Emancipation System, Securing Your Sovereign Wealth and Freedom. Free report number 2, the Perfect Physical Gold Portfolio, everything you need to know about buying the right kind of physical gold. Free report number 3, America's Secret Currency, Get in on the Ultimate Off-the-Grid Asset. And free report number 4, How to Profit from the Chaos, the 3 companies building Biden bucks. Plus, free report number 5, How to Make Your Home Your Personal Fortress by former CIA officer Jason Hansen. Each of your 5 free reports will be waiting in your inbox just minutes from now. And you never take any risk. You can ask for a full, no questions asked refund at any time during the first 6 months, and you keep all your strategic intelligence dossiers, plus all 5 of your bonus reports, no matter what. But there's one final thing. You must act now. If you know anything about Zuckerberg, Google, and big tech, you'll know what I've told you today is exactly the kind of thing they'd love to shut down. This message could disappear at any time, and this special discounted offer can't last. So please, accept my personal invitation now. Are you ready? Ready to protect your freedom against Biden's surveillance army? Ready to shrug off government control because you'll know a better way? Ready to not just survive the coming storm, but potentially grow your personal wealth? Ready to increase your power and prestige, holding knowledge others don't have? Ready to protect your home and family no matter which events unfold in America? That's what you'll get today in your strategic intelligence dossiers and 5 free reports. Okay, it's time. Time for you to decide how the coming digital dollar crisis will play out for you. Will you become a victim of total government control and surveillance? Or are you a person of action? Will you choose to win while others lose by increasing your personal wealth, freedom, and power? Right now, there's a button under this presentation. It says Next Step. Go ahead and press that button now. When you do, you'll be taken to a secure encrypted reservation page. There you can tell me exactly where to send your 5 free reports. Remember, you take no risk at all. You can cancel for a full refund anytime in the first 6 months, and you keep all your strategic intelligence issues and all 5 reports, no matter what. Press the button below now, and I'll meet you on the other side. Thank you for spending this time with me today. For Strategic Intelligence, I'm Jim Rickards. Press the button below to claim your 5 free reports.